background where you guys can see a little bit better the actual cutout. Happy Sunday, everybody. We're back at the Heartland Reptiles fabrication shop. We've got the CNC laser set up here. Going to be doing some cuts with this, which is 1/8 inch carbon steel. I'm going to use this as a test to do multi-section cuts. I'll show you guys in the video where we're going to cut part of it, move the material, and then we will cut additional and finish out that singular piece. So a little bit different. It's what's going to happen with the enclosures. I want to test it on this little side project to make sure that I've got everything working properly. And so we'll show you how the laser works today. Alright, now we're going to frame it out, showing us how big our test cut is, so we know that we're on the actual steel, so we know our framing is good and accurate. We'll set our nozzle to -3. Go back now. I want to retest. Now that that's adjusted, I want to make sure we're still in the proper parameters so we don't crash the nozzle head into the steel. So what it's going to do is come down here, verify that it is close as it should be. Looks like it pulled a cable off, so we're going to fix that. Double check our framing again. Alright, and here we go. Let's see what happens. Whew. It's a little warm. But got our test piece back. You guys can see that. We've got some dross. It's the first time we're cutting 1/8 inch carbon, but the front looks nice and clean. We'll pop out these pieces. So our front's clean. There's our test piece. I'm going to go ahead and move the speed up faster. I think that should clean up some of our dross off the back. We'll test it again and see if we can't cut these out. All right. So I hope you can hear me over the compressor, but I sped that up to 4 times the speed of the last test. So we'll see. Well, we still got about the same amount of dross. So looks like I may just end up having some cleanup at the end. Luckily for these signs, the backside won't be visible, but that's what's holding those in place right now. It's that dross right there that's coming off. Looks like that was too fast. I can already tell on the front side of it. Yeah, that's still part of it. Still, it didn't cut all the way through. So, you go back to try one more time with a different speed. All right. So this is our 4th test. Hopefully this will be parameters we can run. This one is cutting at 80 millimeters a second, so hopefully that's kind of our sweet spot to where we've got penetration and a little bit less dross on the back. So let's see what we get. Alright, well, looks like 60 is our sweet spot, so we'll run the program at that. Go ahead and try to cut the first half of this memorial sign. Alright, we got calibration complete. Go ahead and do the framing one more time, make sure that we're not going to collide with anything. You can see that red dot is showing the overall exterior perimeter. Not the actual cut, but how big the piece is. So the outside parameters. Let's see what we get. All right. We've got all of our alterations made, so we are going to go ahead and see if we can't get this cut out. Here we go. Alright, so I'm trying to get it on a background where you guys can see a little bit better the actual cutout. So we do still have some dross. Sorry about the compressor. We'll get that cleaned up off the back. Luckily for the enclosures themselves, this is 1/8 inch or 0.125 thick carbon steel. The enclosures are 90 thousandths aluminum, so what's that? We'll say 2/3, almost 4/5 the thickness, and a lot lighter duty with the aluminum. So we don't have to worry about this kind of stuff with the aluminum enclosures. But even for first cut, I mean, having a little bit to clean up is not a big deal. We'll get this painted black so it looks nice, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, everybody, I wanted to show you all kind of the finished product after paint. I'm going to put a few more coats over this, but I wanted to at least show you all what it looks like as kind of a rough finish. We've got our dates cut out, horse head and the name, and then there will be 2 more duplicates with the same horse head, the other horses Santana and Dude, and their respective dates. So this is the first multi-piece cut. The joining piece was right here. It's about a 0.5 millimeter off by my estimate, which, you know, unless you're up close you won't see. But this is why I wanted to do a test, so that I can ensure that when I'm building the enclosures for customers, everything is perfectly precise. There's no even 0.5 millimeter junction like this one has. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out for, frankly, just a quick project. And I think it's a good example of what the laser is capable of. So there will be more to come. I appreciate you all hanging out with me again this Sunday. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see everybody next Sunday.